And good evening, everyone, here from Washington, Virginia. Panthers Stadium is where we're at for the Rappahannock County Panthers versus the Kenston Forest Cavaliers. Here under the lights in good old Rappahannock County. So Rappahannock County won the initial coin toss, deferred it till the second half. So Kenston Forest will start with the football in this evening's game. And Rappahannock will be kicking in the direction of the scoreboard. So they will be kicking to the west, going towards the right on your screen. So we will take a brief sideline here. It is Panthers versus Cavaliers with a K here from Panther Stadium. We are set and ready for Friday night lights here at Panther Stadium. As Aiden Stoner, the man to kick it away, it'll be received in the backfield by the receiver back there. And getting a good return to start things off as he will be dragged out of bounds at around the 30 to start things off for Kenston Forest, who did get the kick, or rather did get the ball to start things off here. Panthers will get it to start the second half off of the deferral. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers from their own 30. So 1st down and 10. Cavaliers send a receiver out to the left. Quarterback appears to be Tyler Turman, also listed on their roster as a linebacker. So he will take the snap and hand it off to the running back in the backfield. Will scamper for about a yard. So it'll be 2nd and 9 on the next go. The run coming from Zane Queen on the carry. So make it 2nd and 9 on the next one. Or rather, make it 2nd and 8. He got 2 yards on that carry. So 2nd down and 8. Got a receiver again out to the left. Takes the snap. And that ball stood up good. It appeared it was a quarterback keeper by Turman. And one of the men on defense for the Panthers was Colby Poe, the 5'9", 170-pound senior, helped out with that play. It's now 3rd and 10, so the Panthers put the Cavaliers back to the original line of scrimmage. We sit with about 10 minutes, 44 seconds remaining in this opening quarter of play. Cavaliers with their opening drive, nothing going for them yet. They've gone back to 0 yards. They picked up 2 and then got taken back. As Turman takes the snap, he's going to throw on this one, and that is incomplete on the play. The pass was intended for his wide receiver, Dayton Williams, my apologies. On the defense appeared to be Hayden Milam, so it's going to be a 4th down and 4 for the Cavaliers here from their own 30. Great defense by the Panthers on their opening drive, as they will send Scott Woodward in the backfield to field the punt, assuming that the Cavaliers are not going to go for it. It appears they are going to punt, as they send a man who appears to be the punter in the backfield. He will, in fact, punt it. Scott Woodward out there at the 35 of his own. He will watch that ball go past him, fielded about the 27, and defense coming right there. So no return on the play that got yards. So it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Panthers inside their own 30, down to their own 27-yard line. We sit with 10 minutes and 13 seconds on the clock. So the Panthers starting with giving up a 2-yard run on the first play of the drive, and then with a great defensive stop, sent the Cavaliers back to their original line of scrimmage and forced the 3 and out here. As Dylan Hensler goes under center, will take it and hand it off in the backfield It appeared William Newman was the recipient. My apologies, it was Elijah Sennell, the recipient of the handoff. So no gain on the play makes it 2nd and 10 from the Panther 27. Panthers looking to do more than what their opponent did in the previous drive. Cavaliers forced on a 3 and out, basically gaining no yards on that drive. Set up shop 1st and 10 from their own 30. Punched 2 yards on a run and then got stopped and taken back. So Hensler this time appears to stay, or no, rather, he will go under center. 2nd and 10, he hands it off. Or rather, it appears he kept it. No, he handed it off to Elijah Sennell for a gain of about 2 on the play, make it 2nd and 8. This time from the Panther 29. Or my apologies, 3rd and 8 from the Panther 29. Third down, 8, 29-yard line is where the Panthers sit their own. Panthers looking to get to their own 37 for the completion. They sit 3rd and 8. Dylan Hensler staying out in the pocket this time. Got a man immediately to his right. It appears to be Elijah Sennell to his left. He will take the snap and looks to throw. He will make the pass, but it is incomplete on the play. Intended receiver was Elijah Sennell, so the Panthers appear to go 3 and out like their opponents did in the previous drive. They sit 4th and 8, though. Unlike the Cavaliers, who set 4th and 10, the Cavaliers will send a man to receive the punt as the kick is up. It appeared Dylan Hensler was the man to kick it. It's fielded at about the 30 by Zane Queen. He will shimmy and be taken out of bounds at his own 35, or 45 rather. So the Cavaliers will set up 1st and 10 on their own 45, or roughly in that area. So correct time on the scoreboard is 8 minutes 24 seconds. Or my apologies, 8 minutes 26 seconds. My time reads 8:24, so it's just a little off, but it's not a big deal. So the Cavaliers set up 1st and 10 on drive number 2 of the evening. Quarterback takes the snap, hands it off to 12, who will get the first down at least close. They will say he got the first down, so it is the first completion of the game for both teams. The first one going, of course, to the Cavaliers here. So 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers from their own, or my apologies, from the Panther 45 now. So they got exactly 10 yards on that gain. The run coming from the freshman Devin Dunn. Tyler Turman, the quarterback for the Cavaliers this evening. And that will be a penalty on the field. The Cavaliers got the Panthers to jump. So it'll be an offsides penalty on the defense. It'll take back 5 yards, so make it 1st and 5 from the Cavalier 40. So we did, in fact, have a flag on the play. Our first penalty of the evening. So 1st and 5 from the Kenston Forest 40. Snap comes this time. Handoff goes up the middle to Noah Cole, who takes it for about 2. So make it 2nd and 3 on the play. We've reached the 8-minute mark here in this opening quarter of play. Cavaliers and Panthers have not been to the end zone just yet, but the Cavaliers picking up their first bit of yardage in opposing territory. So Turman takes the snap, looks to throw. Pressure pulls him off to his right, and he will scamper for the first down, possibly more. And he will be taken down after a monumental gain. The play is signaled dead near the 15, roughly the 16. But we do appear to have a flag on the field. Question is, is it an actual penalty or not? The penalty goes against the Cavaliers. I believe it was an illegal block in the back, I believe is what that signal is. I'm still working on my signals. Actually, I could take a look here, really. I'm going to go with an illegal block in the back. Yeah, there's a lot to this. Yeah, it is, in fact, a legal block. My God, my my football skills actually kept me there. So it will be 1st and 10. Not as far as the Cavaliers would have liked. So they will set up shop at their own, or my apologies, at the Panther 33-yard line, roughly. So Turman takes the snap, and that was fumbled by the man in motion. That was a mistake there as the man in motion tried to pick the ball up. It appears that the Cavaliers retained possession of the football, but that one came at a cost. Took them back about 6 yards on the play, so roughly 2nd and 16. We'll just call it 2nd and 15 on the screen, just for simplicity's sake, because it's easier to put 2nd and 15. So 2nd down and 16. As the clock continues to run. Here comes the snap from Thurman. He looks to throw, rolls to his left, will make the throw, and it is intercepted! Will they call it a fair catch? They do! Panthers intercept the pass from Thurman, and that is a turnover. The first one of the night for the Panthers, coming with 6:22 left to play in this opening quarter. And we've got our first turnover of the game, and it comes as a shock to the Cavaliers. Not quite sure who got the interception. I saw 2 at the end, but I couldn't quite tell what the first number was. So props to the man who made the interception, as it sits 1st and 10 for the Panthers inside their own 15. Or at their own 15, rather. Hensler takes a snap and will hand it off in the backfield to Elijah Siddle, who scampers around to the far side. He will get around 5 or 6 on the play. Question is, did he step out of bounds? He did not. So 2nd and a rough 5 for the Panthers. From their own 30, rather. My apologies, I said 15. It was 25, rather. Second and 5 from the Panther 30. Hensler under center. Got a man straight behind him. Got Elijah Settle now shifting in the backfield. He hands it off to Elijah. Elijah scampers on the near side. He's got the first down and more. Stumbles, taken down by 2 Cavaliers past the 40 to the 41. So it is a first down for the Panthers. Their first completion of the game to get the 10 yards to go. The next one they will need to get will have to be in Cavalier territory at their 49. So 1st and 10 for the Panthers from their own 41. They need again to get to the 49 of the Cavaliers to get the next first down. Elijah Settle on the run with a 6-yard gain for the Panther first down. So Hensler goes out in the pocket, got a man to his right and a receiver to his right as well. And takes the snap. Will run it off on the far side, going up the middle. He will pick up about 6 on the play. So make it 2nd and a rough 3 or 4 on the play. We'll say 4. So 2nd and... No, it's more along the lines of 3. So 2nd and 3 from the Panther 47 3/4. So Hensler under center this time. Got Elijah Settle straight to his left. He will take the snap and punch it through for the first down. Dylan Hensler pushes it past the 49 to the 47. That's first down number 2 of the drive. So 1st and 10 now for the Panthers from the Cavalier 47. Around 4 minutes, 15 seconds on the actual clock. I missed the start movement as Hensler goes out of the pocket. Takes the snap waist high, looks to shift off to the far side. He will do so and push back in on the near side for a couple. Picked up roughly 5. So make it 2nd down, we'll say 6. 2nd and 6 from the Cavalier 43. Yep, that math adds up. 2nd and 6 from the Cavalier 43, coming from the 47, Dylan Hensler. If you want to count it, he picked up about 7 on that run, but coming from the line of scrimmage, he picked up 4. So roughly 3.5 minutes remain. Roughly 10 seconds separates the actual clock and my clock. So 2nd and 6 from the Cavalier 43. Hensler under center. He will take it and hand it off to Elijah Settle, who pushes up, and he will get stopped. Held on to the ball for a loss. Lost about 2 on the play, make it 3rd down and 8. Or no, rather, they spotted him with the forward progress at the original line of scrimmage, so 3rd down and 6. I didn't think he quite got there, to be honest, but the officials say he did, so we'll go with that as Hensler comes back onto the field following the play call he received from head coach Fulmer Burks. 3rd down 6. Hensler going under center again. And he will receive it. He looks to throw as he shifts off to the near side. He won't make the pass, but it's just out of reach of the intended receiver, Brandon Pullen. So 2 minutes and 16 seconds remain as the Panthers have now gone 3 so far. They most likely will punt on this one as well, as the Cavaliers send a punt receiver rather in the backfield. It will be Dylan Hensler to go out for the punt for the Panthers. So 4th down 6, 2 minutes 16 seconds remain in this opening quarter of play, and the punt is up. And it appears to go out of bounds before it even made... Or no, the official will signal it did get inside the 10 before going out of bounds. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers inside the 10 down to the 8. So roughly 2 minutes and 9 seconds. My God, that's actually matches the game clock here. 2 minutes and 9 seconds as the Cavaliers set up shop 1st and 10 from their own 8, or roughly in that area. So 1st and 10 from the Cavalier 9 or so. Turman takes the snap out of the pocket, flips it back onto the far side to the receiver, and he will get the 1st down and more, just going out of bounds. I know they will mark him out of bounds just short. It did appear he got across, but from here it could be a little bit, so we'll say 2nd and 1 from the 18. So 2nd and 1 from the 18. No score yet from either team as we sit 2 minutes left in this opening quarter of play. Turman in the pocket. Claps his hands, takes the snap, hands it off to the running back in the backfield. He will scamper for a yard or so, make the 1st down, still going, taking the huddle with him, and will get the 1st down off of a push. So it will be a 1st down on the play, following the about 5 or so yard push after the contact. Pushed the huddle with him. I believe the runner was Zane Queen in the backfield. So it'll be first and 10 for the Cavaliers from their own 27 or so. So missed the clock start signal again. So 1 minute, 33 seconds remaining in this opening quarter of play. Turman claps his hands, takes a snap, comes onto the near side, jukes a man, and stays on his feet going through the middle. He will push it up close to the yard or to the line again. Did he get the first down is the question. He, in fact, did. I'm going to let my clock run so it can catch up. So it's a first down off of one play for the Cavaliers. And clock doesn't have quite enough time to catch up and getting the line. So my clock is running, but the play clock is not. Now it is. So first and 10 for the Cavaliers from their own 37. So that was roughly a 20-yard gain or something like that, 15 or so. As we are pushing a minute now. My clock is a little bit fast now. So Turman hands it off in the backfield to his running back, Zane Queen. I'm going to stop my clock here for just a second so I can catch up with the actual game clock here. So a short push there, second and about 8 to go. Still in Cavalier territory at their own 39. Cavaliers break out of their huddle. Panthers looking for their third straight stop. Their first one coming on a 3-and-out. Their second one being an interception deep in Cavalier territory near their own 30. So Turman claps his hands and takes the snap. He will hand it off to his running back in the backfield who will push up the middle. He's got a first down and more, and that will stop the clock with roughly 5 seconds left. It appeared that Logan Moon was the one to get the handoff in the backfield. So it'll be first and 10 now for the Cavaliers. Inside the Panther 40 to about the 39. And that will do it as the clock ran without my knowing. Didn't pay attention, but we'll let the clock run out here as the first quarter expires here. No score yet from either team, and when we return, it'll be Cavalier ball from the Panther 39. We welcome you back to Panthers Stadium as we get ready to start the second quarter here. No score yet from either team. Cavaliers have the ball first and 10 inside the Panther 39. Cavaliers send a receiver out to the left. Turman in the backfield takes the snap and will run to the near side, but he flips that just in time to avoid the sack. Zane Queen now got it, and he's got it on the far side rather for a good little scamper there, but not quite enough for the first down. Just a couple yards shy, roughly 3 yards shy of the line of gain. Well, more along the lines of 4, but I'm going to stick with 3 because why not? So second and 3 from the Panthers 33. So there's 11 minutes and 22 seconds in game here. My clock not only do I have to control it myself, but it's also got a little bit of a delay to it. So real time is just a little bit slow. So second and roughly 3 or 4. Receiver out to the left. Herman takes the snap, hands off in the backfield to the running back, who will take it on the near side. And he gets close. He's down at the 10. And there is a flag following the play. Not quite sure what went on after the play, but something that judge on the near side said was not something that is of sportsmanlike conduct in football. Not quite sure if it's an unsportsmanlike conduct, but that's just what we'll go with. It appears that, according to that, face mask against the Panthers. So that will possibly push them half the distance to the goal, so roughly the 5. Either way, it was going to be a first and goal situation for the Cavaliers. So first and goal regardless. They'll bring the chains down, but there's really no point as it's first and goal from the 5. So I missed the start again, but I did hear the whistle. So roughly 6 seconds separating the game clock from the score clock, or the clock on your screen. So when we do get a stoppage, I will let that let that catch up. First and goal for the 5 from the Cavaliers. The first time either team has gotten into the red zone this evening, let alone this deep into the red zone. Turman snaps, but they will call. Not quite sure who got the jump there. Going to stop my clock as it's now in line. It is an offsides against the Panthers, so that'll push them even more closer to the goal line. First and goal now from about the 2.5-yard line. We'll call it the 3 on your screen. And caught the clock that time. First and goal from about the 3 for the Cavaliers. First time either team has gotten into the red zone, let alone this deep. Turman takes the snap, hands it off to his running back, and that was a stuff. The running back, Zane Queen, didn't get there as he was stopped dead right at the line of scrimmage. They're going to push him back to the, the second original line of scrimmage since we had 2 straight penalties. So second and goal from the 5 for the Cavaliers now. Roughly 9 minutes and 45 seconds left to play in this first half. No score yet from either team, but the Cavaliers getting this close. This is the closest either team has gotten to the end zone this evening. And temperatures are starting to drop here, starting to get much more cooler, which right now, compared to what it was earlier up in the press box, it's certainly making it feel a whole lot better up here now. So second and goal from the 5. Thurman takes the snap, looks to throw in the end zone. That is just bobbled out of the hands of his target in the end zone. So it'll be third down. The target being, I believe it was 36. Lex Lashaway on the far side. So my clock is just a second late, 1 second off. 9:15 is on the game clock here at Panther Stadium. 9:14 on your screen. And also when I press the stop button, for some reason there's a delay to hear the stop. So third down and goal from the 5 for the Cavaliers. This would be a great stop for the Panthers if they can muster it up. 1, possibly 2 more plays will do it for them. So third and goal from the 5. And Turman in trouble coming to the near side. He pushes it off and will get back to the original line of scrimmage. So make it 4th down and roughly 5. Or rather 4th and goal from the 5. Because that was a big play there for the Panthers to stop. But it does appear that the Cavaliers are going to go for it on 4th and goal. Now, mind you, they do have some good running backs, as we've seen in the last couple of drives. They've had some guys put on the Jets and really take the Panthers to town. But good enough for the Panthers. They kept their defensive effort there and stopped the Cavaliers each time. But unfortunately for them so far, this is the farthest that they've let them go. As we've reached around 8.5 minutes left to play. Thurman takes a snap, hands it off in the backfield. No, it's fumbled on the play. No matter what, no matter who got it, it's Panther football on the turnover on downs. as it was fumbled by the quarterback, Turman, it appeared. Tyler Turman appeared, or it could have been on the handoff to Noah Cole, my apologies. So it is, in fact, a turnover on downs. I don't know why my downs just went to 5 there. So first down and 10 for the Panthers deep in their own territory, my apologies. First and 10 from their own 5. Clock will start on the snap. Dylan Hensler out in the pocket. Will take the snap and hand it off in the backfield, it appears. No, he will keep it and run it on the far side for a couple of yards. Roughly a 9-yard gain. Good gain there by Dylan Hensler. So they'll call it about 6 or 7. I'm going to go 7 just to be a little optimistic there. 2nd and 3. Or no, it's a little bit shorter than that. 2nd and 2, we'll say. But I'll keep it 3, because since the play's getting ready to start. 2nd and 2, as Hensler takes it under center. The push is there. The push is passed. So it appears that the Panthers will get the first down off of the effort. Great push by Dylan Hensler to get the ball above the 15. And they just got out of the bad zone there. You really don't want to be inside the 10 with the football if you can help it, just because of of course I missed the signal again. You don't want to be in the 10 for that long if you can help it with the football, because of course anything can go wrong. You can force a safety, and that's just something you don't want to do, since the football will come back to the defense. As the handoff goes, I believe, to Elijah Settle was the man to get it. And he will actually lose yardage on that play. About 3 or 4 yard loss there. 2nd and 13. Back to the Panther 14. 6:51 now on the clock. My score clock just a little bit off. And also Madison County High School playing this evening, I believe. That or it's William Monroe, I can't remember. One of the two teams playing this evening. 2nd and 13 in the meantime from Panther Stadium with 6:27 left in the first half. Hensler takes the snap and hands it off to Settle again. He will lose yardage again on that one. So going backwards again for the Panthers will make it 3rd and 15. With 6:10 roughly to play in this first half. I'll reset it around the 6-minute mark once we get to it. Panthers around their 13. About 6 seconds separates my clock. Madison County and William Monroe are playing together. That's where I got it from. Tie game at 7 apiece in the second quarter. As Hensler takes the snap, nearing his head, he will take it around the far side. Not many to beat, but he is dragged down. Will they get the flag? Probably not. But that appeared to be similar to a horse collar. At least that's how it appeared here, but there's no flag on the play, so nothing to contest there. A good run by Dylan Hensler, about 11 yards to make it 4th down and 4 from the Panther 24. And my clock didn't restart, of course. So we are now sitting inside 5 minutes, my apologies, as the ball is punted away. It's fielded at the 45. And runner goes around more towards the near side, jukes a man, and goes towards the far side. And he will be taken down as there is a flag on the play following that. I'm going to reset it for not 4 minutes, 3 seconds, 4 minutes and 30 seconds. And I'll reset it to the actual time. What the heck? 4 minutes, 37 seconds is on the clock. As there is a flag against the Cavaliers. I believe it was a personal foul. So the ball will be spotted. They're pushing it back. Never mind. I was going to say something, but now they're going back. So I'm going to keep my mouth shut for right now. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Panther 37, roughly. Four minutes and 37 seconds remain in this first half of play. And, of course, the clock this time started inadvertently, so let me reset it here really quick. Because I thought I saw the wind, but nope, that was the snap signal. So 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers from the Panther 37. Fourth drive of the afternoon, I believe. So Turman out in the pocket, got two receivers out towards the left. And they will get a jump on their own receivers. That'll be a false start call on the Cavaliers. Back them up about 5 yards. And I believe Kenston Forest called timeout. So we will take a sideline here for the brief timeout. Kenston Forest with their first of the half. 4 minutes, 37 seconds left in this opening half of play. No score yet from either team as we take a sideline here and return to you right after this. Welcome you back to Panthers Stadium as we sit 1st and 15 for the Cavaliers following the false start on the receivers who now stand out to the left again. And the snap will be taken by the quarterback, Turman. He will throw it as he comes to the near side, but his intended receiver will drop it. I believe his intended receiver was Devin Dunn. So it'll be 2nd down and 15 from the Panther 42 or so. So 2nd down, 15 for the Cavaliers here. Following the timeout, I believe that was a full timeout because it was a little bit lengthier than what the shorter ones feel. I mean, I could be completely wrong. I don't know. But 2nd and 15 is what I do know for the Kenston Forest Cavaliers. Last update on Madison County, William Monroe was 7-7. Of course, this game is going up after the fact, but just keeping you in the know of what we know now. So 2nd and 15 as my clock ran. So Turman under pressure as he will now roll to his right. This time he will be juked and now be taken down at midfield. Great defense by the Panthers to stop Turman in his tracks. And to even push him back farther. That's going to be a 3rd and long now for the Cavaliers. Roughly 3rd and 20 now. It's probably more along the lines of 3rd and 21, but we won't go for perfect numbers here. So 3rd down and 20 from the Panther 48-yard line. So they're nearing midfield as time runs down around 3 minutes 40 seconds left in this first half. And props to the cheerleaders down there if you can hear them. This is the first time I believe we've had a sideline cheer team since COVID, if not earlier than that. So props to the cheer team this year. As 3rd and 20, Turman takes the snap, will roll to the far side, and he will stay on his feet rather at the line of scrimmage, push through. There's a Panther man down 5 yards into the play. However, the quarterback Turman didn't get to the original line of scrimmage, so he will be short of the 10-yard chain there, so make it 4th down and roughly 12. So about an 8-yard gain on the play. The Panther man that was down is up and possibly off the field. Didn't quite keep an eye on him. But the man who was down, Will Newman was the man that was down, got up. So props to him as the punt is up in the meantime. Fielded at about the 4. And the play stopped dead about 18 or so yards in. More along the lines of 16 as it's marked at about the 20-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Panthers from their own 20. Two minutes, 19 seconds remain in this first half. No score yet from either team. The Cavaliers got 5 yards away from scoring, but just about didn't with great defensive effort from the Panthers on the stop. So with 2 minutes, 19 seconds, the Panthers looking to get 80 yards to the house here to get the first score of the game between the two teams. Hensler out in the pocket, got a receiver out towards the left. And will take the snap and appears to punch it. Rather, it'll be handed off for a short gain, if any. I'm going to give it to Elijah Settle. Not quite sure if he did get it or not. But 2nd and no gain, so 2nd and 10 on the play. 2nd and 10 for the 20. Panthers need to get to the 30 to keep the drive alive, but also need to beat the clock as we are inside 2 minutes left in this first half of play. No score yet from either team. Hensler in the pocket, got a running back to his left and a receiver out to his left as well. He will take the snap and hand it off. Rather, he will keep it and got nobody to beat. He is going to the 50, cuts a man at the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. He is in for the touchdown. Dylan Hensler for the score for the Panthers. And what a time to do it. The Panthers pick up the score with 1:28 left to play. And my goodness, what a run from Dylan Hensler to get the 80-yard conversion to go. And that is the first score that we've seen on film on the Mad Rap Recorder. As you may know, we covered the game against the Maryland School for the Deaf Orioles about 2 or so weeks ago. And unfortunately, the Panthers didn't score. But of course, the game we couldn't cover that was here, they won. So hoping to keep that alive. They'll go for the 2-point conversion. Doesn't quite look to be there, but in fact it is. Count me wrong. Panthers get the 2-point conversion and make it 8-0 here with 1 minute, 28 seconds left in this first half of play. Panthers now lead going into the break. And we welcome you back to Panthers Stadium as Aiden Stoner is set to kick this football away as his team leads 8-0, as it will be bounced at the 10 and go out around the goal line. It will be a flag on the play, as you will see with a kick going out of bounds. So it'll put the Cavaliers at around the 30, I believe, is what the rule is. I should know this, but mind you, I've never called football, and I'm really rusty because I really haven't watched much football this season. It'll put them around the 35, my apologies. So 1st and 10 around the 35. I think college is the 30. It's college or professional. I can't remember. I get the rules all confused because they're all everywhere. So 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers from their own 35, following the penalty off the kick from Aiden Stoner. If it would have stayed in bounds, that would have been a touchback probably, because it easily would have made it to the goal line. So 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers from their own 35. Turman in the backfield, got a running back to his left and a receiver to his left as well. He will take the snap and appears to hand it off as the run barely went anywhere. Noah Cole, the ball carrier. So no gain on the play, makes it 2nd and 10 from the Cavalier 35. Second and 10 from the Cavalier 35. As we wind down to a minute left to play here. My clock's about 2 seconds off from the actual game clock. So 8-0 ball game in the favor of the home standing Rappahannock County Panthers. The first time on the Mad Rap Recorder in this 2022 campaign. This 8-man season, inaugural to the school. As Turman's got a running back behind him and to his right. A receiver out to the left, takes the snap, looks to throw, and he will make a short pass on the far side. But that is swallowed up immediately by the defense there with a couple yards on the gain. It's about 5 yards. And we've got a clock stop on the field. So make it 3rd and roughly 5. Exactly 5 on the 40. Third down 5 from the 40, as I believe we have some sort of timeout on the field. I don't quite know if it was a injury timeout or an actual timeout. But we'll stay on regardless, because, I don't think you want to see that blinking Mad Rap and Green Journal logo again with the "We'll be right back" that totally wasn't done through a PowerPoint. So when we return with 21.6, I'll just put 21 on the clock. What the heck, because I can't do tenths of a second. 21 seconds remain in this first half. Panthers lead 8-0 over the Kenston Forest Cavaliers. The first time these two teams have met at Panther Stadium since 2016 or 17. I believe it was 2016 is when these two teams last met. Turman takes the snap. Looks to make a long throw. Got a man out there, and it is intercepted! Fumbled but recovered by the Panthers. It is an interception! What a read by the Panther defense. That interception coming from number 2, Brandon Pullen on the play. In the meantime, it's inside 2 minutes at Madison County. The Dragons of William Monroe trail 13-7 to the homestanding Mountaineers. And how about those Mountaineers, by the way, of this season? That is something that got featured on CBS 29, I believe it was, in the Charlottesville station. And that was just a great report by CBS, and a great video to watch. I certainly watched it. Was certainly impressed by what the Mountaineers have done this season, because coming into the COVID-shortened spring 2021 season, the Mountaineers didn't have that many wins, if they had any at all. No, they didn't, because they won the next year, their first game in a little while. But in the meantime, Dylan Hensler takes the snap out of the pocket, and he will get swarmed on the play for a loss, but it does not matter, as the clock will run out, and that will do it for the first half. The Panthers go into the locker room with the lead. Your halftime score, Rappahannock County 8, Kenston Forest nothing here from Panther Stadium. As we take a sideline here, we will be back with you in just a couple of moments to take a look at what the Panthers have done and what the Panthers need to keep on doing and to shape up on for the second half to be successful in this game. We welcome you back to Panthers Stadium here as we get set and ready in just a couple of moments to start the second half. Panthers up 8-0 going into it. Had a great 80-yard run from Dylan Hensler on second down from the Panther 20 to punch in the ticket for the Panthers here to take the advantage and to get on the board first late in the game. A couple of things that the Panthers have been keeping up so far. Their defense has been immaculate tonight. They have had a couple of sputters early in the game. But other than that, their defense has been pretty solid to say the least, as they have not, obviously they've not allowed Kenston Forest to get on the board, but they've also kept them from many substantial gains in this afternoon's contest, as they've had several 3-and-outs in the afternoon. I'd say about 3 or 4 out of 6 drives or so in the game. And as we get set and ready to resume play, Kenston Forest will kick off to the Panthers to resume play. I'm just going to test my scoreboard here, make sure it still works. Yep, we're still good. Okay, so with all the technical difficulties subsided, hopefully, we will be underway here from Panther Stadium to start the second half. 8-0 is the score as we go into it. And I believe play started before the clock was even ready. And officials said to wind it, but there's no point in winding it if the play is just starting. And it's not a 35-point game yet. So as we get set and ready to start this second half, Kenston Forest to kick to the Panthers here. And it is underway and fielded short. It appeared to be an onside attempt, as that play just ends at midfield. So 11:52 off of the 8-second play there. I'm going to assume that was an intentional try to get the onside, as one score will make this a very close game, obviously. 1 or 2 points, depending on if the PAT goes, if they don't go for a 2-point. But it'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers from their own 49, or will they count it? They count it midfield, my apologies. Either way, it's 1st down and 10 from midfield for the Panthers, so pretty good starting position here. Hensler out in the pocket, got a running back, Elijah Settle, to his right. Takes the snap, hands it off, not to a Settle, but to the other running back there. But it's a fumble in the backfield. Question is, who got it? And Kenston Forest comes up with the football. It was a fumble in the backfield. I thought the running back got it, but I think the handoff went haywire. So Kenston Forest comes up with the football. So it is a turnover on the first play of the drive by the Panthers, and the Cavaliers get great starting field position for their first drive of the second half, and they're looking to get on the board with this one, as they got into Panther territory earlier, but couldn't quite punch it in. In fact, they've got into Panther territory twice and got into the red zone once, and both times didn't get the balled across the goal line. First and 10 for the Cavaliers from the Panther 44. Turman in the pocket. Got a running back behind him. 2 receivers out. 1 to the left, 1 to the right. Turman will take the snap waist high. He will run out towards the far side. The pass goes out of bounds and incomplete. No idea who the intended target was as it went out of bounds. So it'll be 2nd and 10 on the next one. 11:42 left in this opening quarter of the second half. Panthers lead 8-0. So 2nd down and 10 from the 44 of the Panthers. Kenston Forrest with the football. 11:42 left to play in this opening quarter of the second half. 8-0 ball game in the favor of the Panthers. Turman in the backfield takes a snap out of the pocket, hands it off in the backfield, goes to the far side. He picks up about 6 or 7 on the play before being dragged down by the ankles. So it'll be 3rd down and about 3 on the next one. Not quite sure who the man on the run was. Or they might mark it 3rd and 4 or so. Not quite sure. Well, we'll say 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, same difference. It doesn't matter. Either way, it's 3rd down and short. Or 3rd down and medium, you could say, for the Cavaliers as Turman takes a snap, hands it off to his running back who goes on the far side, got the 1st down and more, and will take it outside for the 1st down. The run coming from Noah Cole. It's about... let's see if I can do quick math here. That's... We'll say roughly 8 or 10, just for simplicity's sake, because I can't do math. So we'll just start the clock here just to mark it with the... Of course, we went a second over. 10... Well, now it started again. So 10:45 is remaining in this opening quarter of the second half. Cavaliers around medium way through Panther territory. Turman in the backfield takes a snap waist high, hands it off. Rather will keep it. He almost got dumped, but had a blocker in front. This time will spin and miss a man as he gets downed about 5 yards into that play. So it'll be 2nd and rough 5. They'll say he got about 4, so 2nd and 6 on the play by the keeper, by Turman. 2nd and 6 from the Panther 28. Or my apologies, 23. See, this time there's no excuse for me to mess up. Because there's numbers on the field. Second and 6, time winding down inside 10 minutes, roughly 9 minutes, 45 seconds on the game clock. Turman in the pocket takes a snap in, hands it off to a running back in the backfield. He will scramble to the right and then goes to the left and will be dropped just a couple yards into the play. So pickup of about 3 on that carry brings up 3rd down and a rough 2. So about 3 or 4 yards on the carry initially. No, they will spot him near the sticks. So it'll be about 3rd and inches. 3rd and 1, 3rd and inches, something along those lines. So the Cavaliers need to cross the 18. They're just shy of that hash. They need to get to the 17 to be safe, but the Panthers have had good defensive efforts here, so hoping for a good stop here on defense. We'll keep the Panthers' hopes alive of keeping the Cavaliers scoreless, but the Cavaliers looking to score here. Less than 20 yards from the goal line. 8 minutes, 40 seconds, and we've got a penalty flag on the field. I'm going to let my clock run so I can catch up. It is against the Cavaliers. I thought I saw a Panther jump, but in fact, it was not the case. The Cavaliers jumped a little early for a false start call, so that backs them up about 5 yards, making it 3rd and 6 from the Panther 23-yard line. Oops, I accidentally reset the clock to 0, so we'll reset it to 8:30. And when it gets down to there, we'll go ahead and start it now. So, sorry about that. 3rd down and 6. Hit the wrong button. 3rd down and 6. And there is another flag on the field. False start again on the Cavaliers. That'll back them up outside the sticks. 3rd down and 11 now for the Cavaliers, with 8 minutes and 24 seconds to play. They're back just outside of the sticks. So make it 3rd down and 11 with 8:15 or so left in this 3rd quarter. Panthers lead 8-0. The Cavaliers sit 28 yards out now off of 2 straight penalties that took them back 10 yards. They were inches from the goal, or inches from the line of gain, rather. And now we've got another flag on the field. That flag is getting some work as we've got a delay of game against the Kenston Forest Cavaliers. My goodness. 3 straight penalties for 15 yards of loss. And the Cavaliers went from manageable to questionable that quick. Here comes the snap to Turman. He will take it to the far side and make a long pass. It is caught at the 5, and he's in for the touchdown. What a throw from Turman. And the Cavaliers get on the board here early on in this quarter. "8-6 is the score. My guess is they will go for the 2-point with 7 minutes and 44 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. We could have a tie ball game. That is just what the Cavaliers wanted and certainly needed to stay in this ball game. They are going to go for the 2-point. They've got running backs. They've got a receiver out to the right, running backs spreading out. And here comes the play. They will throw it, and it is complete for the 2-point. So the Cavaliers respond to the late Panthers score with a score of their own as we go into the timeout. 8-8 score with 7 minutes and 44 seconds left in this 3rd quarter of play. Both teams all knotted up as we take a break here. We'll be back with you right after this. And we welcome you back to Panthers Stadium as we sit in a tie ball game now off of a beautiful pass from Turman to put it straight into the end zone after 3 straight penalties that went back for 15 yards. The Cavaliers come on to a score to tie the ball game. As play resumes here, it appears that Scott Woodward is the man with the football. And he will take it from around the 15 or so up to about the 30. So 1st and 10 for the Panthers from their own 30. I believe it, in fact, was Scott Woodward that took that ball in because that's the closest thing to a 6 that I saw because there's only an 8. There's no 6 on the roster. Or it could have, in fact, been Brandon Pullen. It could have been a 2. So Hensler out in the pocket. Got running backs behind him and a receiver out to his left. He takes the snap, wastes time, will run it on the near side. He takes it on and will push a man forward. And he stays on his feet inbounds at the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15. 10, 5, touchdown! Dylan Hensler getting the dirt to go as he reaches Pater. It is a touchdown! Of course, I forgot to start the clock, but that doesn't matter as we have a Panther score. And what a way for Dylan Hensler. 2 straight plays on offense that got him to pay dirt. It is a 14-8 ball game now with roughly 7 minutes and 25 seconds left in this third quarter. And the Panthers look to line up for the 2-point yet again. They converted the first one, but as well, their opponent did the same on the previous score. They will go for the 2-point as Hensler's got a receiver out to the left. Hensler under center. And will take the snap. No early jump there from the Cavaliers. And the 2-point conversion is good. So the Panthers are 2 for 2 on PATs. Make it 2 for 2 as well with the 2 points. 16-8 ball game is your score here. Panthers back in control of this ball game here on the Mad Rapper Quarter. We take a sideline here from Panther Stadium. We'll return to you right after this. And we welcome you back to Panthers Stadium as the kicker Aiden Stoner will receive the football to put on the tee. As he will kick it away, his team is back in control 16, my apologies, to 8. 7 minutes, 25 seconds in this third quarter. He will signal to his team that he is ready to kick this ball away. 2 recipients in the backfield for the Cavaliers. It'll be touched short and then fielded by one of the 2 at around the 20. And the defense there coming quick. Inside 5 yards on the return. So it's 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers from around their own 25. And as we're recording this, it is Friday. Again, our apologies. We were planning on going live, but unfortunately, we could not due to internet capabilities not standing up to our needs. So if you're wondering why we were recording, that is why. But as we're recording this, college football coming up tomorrow. A couple local teams. James Madison traveling to Appalachian State. UVA playing ODU coming off of I'd say rather embarrassing loss. I'm a UVA fan, so that was indeed embarrassing. 28-3 loss. JMU coming off of a 63-7 win over Norfolk State as Turman snaps and will be taken down for a sack. Oh, what a play by the Panther defense to keep Turman from reaching the line of scrimmage. And of course, I didn't start my clock, so let me get it back down to size here. 2nd down, and we'll just go with 20. So 2nd and roughly 20. Oh, it's inside. It's more along the lines of 22. From around the 13 of the Cavaliers. Cavaliers break from their huddle. Panthers, as we said in the halftime, looking good on defense. Pretty much have given up a little bit of mistakes, but nothing major as the handoff goes in the backfield, going on to the near side. Got a man to beat, and he will be dragged out of bounds. Great defensive play there by Gerardo Flores. Taking on the carry with Zane Queen. And he was taken down just a couple yards in. Maybe got one, if anything. We'll say he had no gain just for simplicity's sake. So 3rd down and long from the... Or no, my apologies. He got about 5 yards, unless I saw it wrong from the beginning. Yeah, he got about 5 yards. So about 3rd and 17 from about the 18. Of course, my clock is messed up again. So there's a little over a minute separating the clock, so I'll reset it in just a second as Turman makes a pass complete to Queen, but it is not there for the 1st down as he steps out of bounds. That makes perfect time for me to reset my clock here. And my apologies. I'm trying to keep up with it and the game, so my apologies. 5 minutes and, well, now it's going again. 5 minutes and counting here. We'll set 5:10 and start it when it gets there, and it's there now, so there we go. 4th down. Oh, this is a great day. 4th down, about 5 for the Cavaliers here. I thought he stepped out of bounds, so I thought the clock stopped, but it in fact didn't. So 4th down and 5. A great pass there by Turman, as he will take the snap waist high, push it through, and I think he does in fact have the 1st down. He's got the 1st down. So they will send the chains down the alley. A great run by Tyler Turman. Hit the wrong button. For the 1st down. So 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers from their own 37. Panthers looking for another defensive stop here. They've let everything stop except for the previous drive that the Cavaliers let up. It was a 3rd and 15. And those yards were picked up off of penalties as the handoff goes near the middle. And I think I saw a flag go in there. I did. There's, in fact, a flag near the spot. So we'll see what this penalty, in fact, is. It's a face mask against the defense, so that'll push the play back. That pushes it back to the 1st down marker or close. No, they won't spot it at the 1st down marker, but it's close. It is really close. We'll do 2nd and 1. It is around 1. So Turman takes the snap, hands it off to his running back in the backfield. He goes on to the near side this time. He's got it around the 40, 35, 30. Tripped up behind from the defensive effort from Aiden Stoner. Either way, it is a 1st down, but a great defensive play by Aiden Stoner to keep the score from being reported on the board. 1st and 10 with 3:43 left in the 3rd quarter. Panthers now lead 16-8, but the Cavaliers face 1st and 10 from the Panther 24 here. So Turman takes the snap and hands it off. And it goes on the far side. It got a couple yards on the carry. I think they got the 1st down. They, in fact, not quite sure what's going on. The chains aren't moving. I can't quite tell exactly. Now the chains are moving. So it is the run is good enough for a 1st down. Clock will restart with 3.5 roughly on the game clock here. Let me just make sure I'm right. Nope, I'm wrong. Around 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Even this is a little bit off as handoff goes up the middle. It appears that the run is coming from Noah Cole on the ball carry. Oh, we're just about a second off on the game clock and the screen clock. So 2nd down down marker says 3rd. Did I miss something? I'm going to say 2nd. I don't know. I don't think that was... I think it didn't get reset from the last time. So I think 2nd down and 5. There it goes. It's back. 2nd down and 5. Nearing the 10. Clock is running. Handoff goes up the middle, and that stopped almost immediately. Did they get anything? No, they didn't. So now it is 3rd down and 5 for the Cavaliers, who sit in the red zone rather for the 3rd time tonight, nearing the 10. If they aren't at the 10, they are pretty close. They've got to get to roughly the 5 to make it 1st and goal, but they sit 3rd and 5 right now. Time ticking down, 1:37 roughly. Quarterback going to pass. He's going on the far side, rather. He gets it for the 1st down. Gets near the goal line, but he is not quite in. He is stopped just short of the goal line. So it'll be a rough 1st and goal from the 1. And hold on, the chains aren't moving yet. It's a penalty, rather, against Kenston Forest. Wow, I missed that. So it will most likely be a replay 3rd down. I'm assuming Rappahannock is gonna accept the penalty, and they do. So it is 3rd down, and we'll go 15 for simplicity's sake. 3rd down and 15. Let me check my time. 1:26, 1:28. That's close enough. And here we go. Clock will resume. 3rd and 15 roughly from the Panther, let's say 23. Or my apologies, that's nope, that's the wrong line. That's the 18 or so. Excuse me. As Turman takes the snap, goes on the far side. He will be decked. They will call the play dead before he can get taken down. But oh my goodness, what a defensive effort. 4th down and long. If the Cavaliers go for the field goal, which I don't think they would, that'd be like a 45-yard field goal, close to it. If they sit at the 30, I'm not even going to try to put the downage on there. I'm just going to put 0, honestly, because, I mean, it's 4th and long. Like, there's no point even trying it. They're going to punt it, which is respectable and understandable. Nope, they're going for it. Turman passes down to the end zone. It's intercepted in the end zone. What a play by the Panthers to get the interception in the end zone. So it will be a turnover. And I believe the rule is with the turnover in the end zone, it will be a touchback. I'm pretty sure. Either way, it's marked around the 20. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers, nearing their own 20 or around their own 20. Roughly 20 seconds on the game clock. And the clock will start on the snap. Hensler receives the snap and will take it on the near side. Going from the 20. He's got nobody to beat. There he goes. Running down the sideline. Oh my goodness. You've got to be kidding me. How many has that been? Dylan Hensler to the house for the 3rd time tonight. He's racking up his yards just by himself. That was roughly another 80-yard play by Dylan Hensler. And there's a stoppage on the field. I believe there was a timeout. There, in fact, is a timeout. It'll be timeout. Not quite sure who. Either way, through the timeout, we've got a 22-8 ball game where the Panthers lead and have commanded since this quarter began. They took an 8-0 lead into the half, but giving up an early score, Kenston Forest tying at 8-8. Panthers retaking command and adding to it. So we'll take a brief break here for the water break that's on the field. No, they're coming back on the field. Never mind. So roughly, we're inside 10 seconds no matter what. 5.8 on the clock. I've got 6 on mine. I can't do tenths of a second, so we're just going to go with that. 6 seconds. Panthers lead 22-8 with the two-point conversion pending here. Or rather, I should say the PAT to be more proactive because you never know what they're going to do. I mean, judging that they've gone for the 2-point twice tonight, they're going to go for it again. As they do, they've got a receiver out to the left. And they're going to punch it up the middle. This time doesn't look like it's going to go anywhere. In fact, the huddle's going to go backwards. They did not get it, I don't believe. They did not. So the Panthers go 2 for 3 on the afternoon in PATs. But they do lead this game with a commanding 22-8 score. So as we take a sideline here, we'll return to you right after this. It's a 22-8 ball game. Rappahannock County Panthers homestanding and commanding here when we return. We welcome you back to Panthers Stadium as Aiden Stoner sends this ball away. And it most likely will be the last play of the third quarter as it's received around the 10. And that was a beautiful takedown at the 20. So when we return, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers from their own 20. And we will take a sideline here. Panthers up 22-8. Here, going into the fourth quarter. And we welcome you back to Panthers Stadium as the play resumes here off of the kick return that set the Cavaliers up 1st and 10 from their own 20. Panthers lead 22-8 as Turman snaps, and that handoff will go nowhere. Could have even gone back, but we've got a late flag after the play. Question is, it's most likely unsportsmanlike, but the question is, who is the unsportsmanlike on? So we'll see what the call is. Like I said, it's most likely unsportsmanlike because that's usually what's this late in. After the play was over, I believe that's the unsportsmanlike signal. It's going against the Cavaliers regardless. So that'll back them up. It'll stay 1st down, but 1st and 10. Or my apologies, 1st and about 15 or so. We'll do 1st and 20. Why not? I can't tell. It's not 20, but we'll go 20, just for simplicity's sake again, because this thing is kind of hard to control with everything else. Here comes the handoff. That one gets maybe a yard. Maybe. Not quite sure. Down marker goes up a yard or so. I'm going to go to 14. Why not? It says third down. I'm not quite sure if it actually is third down or not. So second or third down. They're going to keep it third, so we'll go third. I don't know why it says first right now. I thought I changed it. So we will go third down. I must have missed a call or something, unless they took it off with a penalty. I don't know. So third down, 14. Here comes the snap. It's waist high, Turman. He will take it himself on the far side. He looks to get to the sticks, and he does. So he will get past the sticks just enough with a couple of yards of room for the first down. That's about a 17 or so yard pickup. So first and 10 for the Cavaliers. And we've got a clock stoppage signal on the field. As players are going down on a knee, we've got an injured Cavalier on the far side. So we will take a sideline here. We'll return to you, and hopefully good words will come out of this injury timeout. So Tyler Turman, in fact, was the man down on the far side for the Cavaliers. So we'll see if he comes back up or if they've got somebody new. Either way, 10 minutes, 48 seconds left in this ball game. Panthers with, you could say, a commanding lead of about 14, 16 points. Is that what the number is?
Ambulance.
So first and 10 for the Cavaliers. Here comes the snap. Quarterback, I believe, will keep it. But that run stopped just after a couple of gain. Can't quite tell if it was the quarterback, if it's a new one or not. Either way, it's second down and about 6. Still in Cavalier territory around their 37. Trying to look and see if there's a new quarterback. Can't quite tell myself. Panthers have a defensive man coming on. And I'm going to try and really pay attention here. Can't quite tell if the man all the way in the back for the Cavaliers is the new quarterback. Nope, he's not. In fact, it is a new quarterback, but it is one of the returning players as the handoff in the backfield goes up the middle. Short gain, if anything, on the play. The new quarterback will be Noah Cole. He's listed as a running back and a linebacker, so he's really getting a little bit of work here. Third down and about 4 here. Still in Cavalier territory around their 39 now. Third down and 4. We're still trying to figure out who the quarterback is up here. Here comes the snap in the meantime. Handoff in the backfield. That will go nowhere. Maybe a yard or two on the carry, but not much more than that. They did get about 2 yards, so make it 4th and we'll say 2, just to keep the math simple. 4th and 2 for the Cavaliers from their own 41. So, yep, that was in fact 2. Is that a man down in the backfield? Nope, he's just tying a shoe. Okay, never mind. So 4th down and 2 for the Cavaliers. As we reach 8 minutes and 47 seconds on the game clock. Here comes the snap. Quarterback will keep, and he will get stopped. It's another turnover on downs for the Cavaliers. The Panthers looking really good on defense. Something that I'm not going to try and point them out, but something in that first game against the Orioles of the Maryland School for the Deaf, they just let up a little too much. But the last game I didn't get to see, but this game certainly is just a whole lot better defensively for the Panthers than that first one I got to see. So it is, in fact, a turnover on downs that will go to the Panthers. 1st and 10 for them from the Cavalier 42. So the Cavaliers did get a yard of gain on the 4th down play, but not enough to get to the sticks. They needed 2, unfortunately, for them. And Hensler takes the snap out of the pocket. He rolls to the near side. He's got a man to beat. Nobody gonna beat him again. Here he goes to the house. Dylan Hensler for the 4th time tonight. Touchdown, Panthers. This time it's an odd number for the Panthers, Dylan Hensler, but he takes it 42 yards to the house. Touchdown, Panthers, the 4th one of the night, and count it to the resume of Dylan Hensler. 28-8 is the score with roughly 8:21 left in this ball game. Panthers are blowing this thing wide open thanks to Dylan Hensler. 4 complete runs. That one going for 42. He's had 2 straight 80s, a 70, and now a 42. So this is, in fact, his shortest run of the night. But nevertheless, as he rolls around to the far side, he looks to get in. He will. 2-point conversion is good. So the Panthers will tack it up 30-8 as they have led for basically the entirety of this second half. 8 minutes, 23 seconds is the time on the clock. 30-8 is the score as the Panthers lead. We'll take a sideline here and return to you right after this. And we welcome you back to Panthers Stadium as play will resume in just a moment. Aiden Stoner, the man to kick things away for the Panthers. Off of another beautiful run for the Panthers, Dylan Hensler to the house. This one, unfortunately for him, being the shortest of the football game, but he's got a roughly 272 yards rushing to the house as that ball will go back into the end zone for the touchback. I think that's the first time I've seen a touchback that the Panthers have given up here, and that's saying something because that hasn't happened in a long time. Maybe they've given it up to us, but not necessarily the other way around. So either way, the Cavaliers will get it 1st and 10 from their own 20 off of the touchback. And it was in fact receivable by the man back there, but it just, I don't know if he bobbled it and went over his head or, the clock didn't move, so he didn't make contact with the football. So I'm assuming that it just went over his head. It was a misread. But either way, the Cavaliers get it a decent starting position, 1st and 10 from their own 20. 8 minutes, 23 seconds on the game clock. Here comes the snap from the new quarterback. As we said, the previous quarterback comes out as the short pass on the near side goes for a couple. Excuse me. And not quite sure why we're stopping there. It'll be 2nd and about 9. So about a yard of gain on the play because the pass came in the backfield. So it's a short pass or a short gain off of the pass in the backfield. 2nd and 9 for the Cavaliers from their 21. And here comes the wind. We'll start the clock, and here we go to resume play. And, of course, the clock is not starting now. So my clock is ahead of the game clock. But either way, here we go. 2nd and 9 from the 21 of the Cavaliers. They're looking to get back into the red zone that they did earlier, but couldn't convert. They've only converted once out of 3 times in the red zone. So here comes the snap from the quarterback. He looks to his left, will shift around and come towards the near side. Now he'll go back, and this time he will be dragged down. They'll signal the play down before he reaches dirt. And there's flags coming out of every crevice. That's going to be an unsportsmanlike no matter what, because there was a little bit of extra contact. There's more flags coming out. This is easily unsportsmanlike. Question is, did both teams get it? Did one team get it? Who all got it is the question. Because it did look like that the tackle went on a little bit too long, but then again, we'll see just in fact what happened. We're sitting again in a flag pause. 7 minutes and 37 seconds. I forgot about 7:30 on my clock. I can just reset it here really quick. So we'll watch the referee here and see just what this was. They spot the ball at about the 10, or in that general area. Can't quite tell if it's before or after. They're pulling out the notepad, so something definitely happened. So we'll go ahead and put it up again. We are in a flag pause right now. So we're going to see what the flags are for. There was at least 2 at the time of the first unsportsmanlike, if there wasn't any more than 1. But then there was a 3rd flag that came out way after the second, or the first 2 rather, were dealt out, as the Kenston Forest, one of the coaches, will come out now. And it appears that the umpire will, or the official rather, will have words with the coach. They're going back towards the sideline. This I've never seen before. Not quite sure. I'm assuming it's unsportsmanlike. Like, it's got to be at this point. One way or another, something is unsportsmanlike. Again, don't know who just yet. They pulled out a notepad and started writing things down. But they're having a convergence with 2 players for the for the Cavaliers as well. And while we're in the break, again, Kenston Forest, their name is the Cavaliers. They use part of UVA's logo with the sabers. But they also spell Cavaliers with a K. So it's Kenston Forest Cavaliers with a K. In fact, I've never seen that either. So we're waiting to see just what the call is going to be. It's easily unsportsmanlike. There is no 2 ways about that one. With 2 flags coming in after the play was signaled dead, and the play continuing, there is no way that there's something that's unsportsmanlike. 7 ways to Sunday here. But we'll just see what all of the flags are for, because we had 3 flags, 1 on the near side, 1 on the far side, and 2 in the middle of the field and 1 on the far side. So we're just going to see what comes up of these penalty flags, as the officials are still in debate about what's going on. So here comes the call, it appears. Or, no, never mind. We're going to... Or he's looking down to his notepad. I think he's going to have a word with Fulmer Burks. He is. So I'm guessing with that there was something with Rappahannock too. So Rappahannock and Kenston most likely are both in trouble here. I'd say whoever the 2 were on the tackle got into a bit of a heated exchange, which is where the first unsportsmanlike came from. And the second flag, or the 3rd flag thrown, since there were 2 flags at the first time, came way after the play was signaled dead. So I'm not exactly sure which one that one was for, but I can tell you for certain that, judging on this, that Rappahannock and Kenston Forest are probably both in hot water right now with the officials, most likely for unsportsmanlike conduct. And our head official's going back to the other side. Now he's going to make a call. After the play was over, it was a personal foul against Kenston Forest. Another personal foul against Rappahannock County, so that was expected. Those penalties offset. And that was it. So we're going to replay everything. Looks to be the spot is still 2nd and 1. Or no, the down marker was down. My apologies. It's 2nd and long for the Cavaliers. They are back nearing their own 10. So 2nd and long for the Cavaliers here following the penalties. 2nd and long for the Cavaliers from... Now they're going to mark it 3rd. Or at least the down marker marks 3rd. So I guess that's technically counting as a progression play. So we'll say 3rd and 20 just for simplicity's sake. So Kenston Forest looking to gain a lot of ground on this drive here as they sit 3 and 20. Or 3 and 20. 3rd and 20. There we go.
What time is it?
7 minutes and 37 seconds and counting now. 3rd down and long for the Cavaliers, looking to get back into it as they hand it off in the backfield, coming on in the near side, and that's not going anywhere. Great defense by the Panthers, who only allowed maybe an inch. It's roughly a yard's gain on the carry. So 4th down and 19, roughly. That's an estimate because I can't quite tell. 4th down and 19 for the Cavaliers here. They sit deep in their own territory off of an unsportsmanlike or personal foul, which I'm pretty sure was unsportsmanlike conduct. But I'm pretty sure that they... No, with the offset, the yard shouldn't have mattered. I think it's... Yeah, it was with the... That's right, with the contact after the play. Or before the play ended, my apologies, with the sack. Brought the play back as the punt is away here. Fielding it will be Brandon Pullen. He will not make an attempt actually to field it as it bounces at the 40. I didn't start my clock, so I'll run it here really quick.
Yeah, 40.
Oh, and nope, I had it right. My apologies. So 6 minutes and 30 seconds is what is on the clock. So 1st and 10 for the Panthers from the Kenston Forest 40. That was roughly... We'll say a 35-yard punt. Roughly. Not quite sure. I'm not great with football statistics. 1st and 10 for the Panthers, and not quite sure what happened there. No flags that I can see. So most likely just the officials weren't set to start. I don't know. I don't know what happened there. Oh, nope, we got a penalty against Kenston Forest. I don't know what that signal is, but okay, we'll go with it. Penalty against Kenston Forest will back them up 5 yards. Panthers 1st and 5 now from the Kenston Forest 35. 6 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock here left in this ball game. Hensler under center, got a running back shifting. He will hand it off in the backfield. It appears to be Brandon Pullen with the ball. No, my apologies. I believe that was Elijah Settle, rather, with the ball.
I think it was.
So 2nd and 2 off of an 8-yard gain.
No, 2nd and 5.
Or my apologies, 2nd and 2 off of a 3-yard gain. My apologies. Forgot about the penalty there for a second. So clock is running down 6 minutes, 3 seconds. 2nd and 2 from the 32. Hensler in the pocket, takes the snap, and will run on the near side. Got a man to beat, and he will beat him to the house. Touchdown, Panthers! It is another one from the man, Dylan Hensler, and he finds pay dirt. Dylan Hensler, the man of the night. Arguably, or not so much, I would say, the player of the game tonight. That one comes from 32 yards out, so sitting... He's close. No, he's over 300 yards, actually. He's sitting like 304 now or something like that. I'll have to recheck my math, but it's roughly he's past the 300-yard rushing mark on scores. So here comes the 2-point. Oh no, they're going to go for the 1-point rather. Kick is up, and it is no good. Unfortunately, the Panthers cannot convert the 1, but they do get 6 extra on the board to make it a 36-8 ball game. Panthers lead. Going into this break, we have roughly 5 minutes and 42 seconds left in this evening's game. Again, Panthers lead 36-8. And we welcome you back to Panthers Stadium as it is a 36-8 ball game in the favor of the Rappahannock County Panthers as Aiden Stoner will kick this one away. It bounces at around the 10-yard line. Fielded at the 8 is Zane Queen, and he will be dropped down at about the 20. So it's roughly a 10-yard return on the carry. First and 10 for the Cavaliers from their own 20. So we replay the possibility of getting the touchback there as the previous drive for the Cavaliers started on a touchback. So first and 10 from their own 20, maybe the 21. 5 minutes, 39 seconds or so remain in this ball game. Panthers lead 36-8 over the Kenston Forest Cavaliers. So first and 10 nearing their own 20. We'll just call it the 20 just for simplicity's sake. So the clock will start on the snap. Kenston Forest breaks out of the huddle. Got a receiver going out towards the left. And here comes the snap. It's fielded waist high, and it's fumbled in the backfield. Who's got it? I think the Panthers have it off of that reaction. The Panthers have the football inside the 20. What a defensive play there by the Panthers. They have it near the 15. So really good position here for the Panthers. 5 minutes and roughly 15 seconds, or rather, my clock's running. Should be 5 minutes and 30 seconds. I must have missed the button because I thought I hit stop. Clock will start on the snap. First and 10 for the Panthers, nearing their own 15, roughly the 16. So Panthers looking to add to their score. Dylan Hensel, the only man to reach pay dirt tonight. However, with him rushing 300 yards for scores, certainly has helped the Panthers build this lead. Here comes the snap. It is under center. And going around to the near side is Dylan Hensel, or rather Elijah Settle, my apologies. He picks up a couple. And I forgot to start the clock. So pick up about 4 on the play, brings up 2nd and 6 from about the 10. We'll call it the 11 for simplicity's sake. 5 minutes and 4 seconds, so I'm about 10 seconds off. Not a big deal, but 5 minutes and counting left in this ball game. Panthers lead 36-8 with another one possible. 11 yards from more pay dirt. As the Cavaliers really have not looked good as a defensive unit. They've had a couple good plays, but other than that, they just have not looked good tonight as a defensive unit. In the meantime, Hensler's got a man out to his right, a wide receiver. He goes under center and takes the snap handoff in the backfield. Appears to be Elijah Zettel. He rounds the corner, but does not get to the pylon just yet. Had a Cavalier. Oh, we got a touchdown signal. There's a touchdown on the field, but it did not appear that Elijah Settle crossed unless the ball crossed. So are they? Did they? They didn't score the touchdown. They didn't score the touchdown. So no, it is not a touchdown. Clock is starting. So Elijah Settle, I'm first and goal from the 2. From the 2.5. I was about to say the only person to touch the pylon was. And what is going on? Not quite sure what's happening. 4 minutes and 9 seconds on the game clock. First and goal. Clock starts. Panthers first and goal from their 2.5. And Elijah Settle certainly didn't cross that pylon, but Cavaliers certainly did as the handoff goes up the middle. Not getting much of anything on that one to go, so it'll be second down. And no gain. Maybe a loss of about a half a yard. I'll make it 3 just to put it out there, but it's really in that exact same area. So we'll say 2nd and 3 now for the Panthers here. Clock is winding down. 3 minutes and, well, I'm a little bit ahead. 3 minutes and 40 seconds. So 2nd and goal from the 2 or 3-yard line. Hensler takes, I believe there was a fumble. Couldn't quite, it was in fact a fumble because Kenston Forest is saying they have the football, but the Panthers say that they have the football as well. You gotta love fumbles. That brings out the best in both teams. So we'll see just what happens. I believe Rappahannock retains the football. I forgot to stop the clock, of course. Oh, nope, clock is running. I don't know why, but clock is running. So it's, regardless, so it is 3rd down and goal, so the Panthers did retain the football. They lost about a yard or 2 on the play, so we'll make it 3rd down and goal from the 4. Now, if the Panthers don't score here, and we've got a clock stoppage, it appears to be a timeout on the field. It's a Kenston Forest timeout. I've got that's their first, but I believe that's wrong. So we'll say that's their first of the half. I doubt it is, but we'll take a timeout here and return to you right after this. 36-8 ball game. Panthers lead, and they're 4 yards away from pay dirt. We welcome you back to Panthers Stadium as a 36-8 ball game could be more as it's 3rd down and goal for the 4 from the Panthers with 2 minutes and 42 seconds left in the game, 40 roughly. Was that a wind? That was not a wind. That was a snap. So here comes the play. Hensler under center. Got a man in motion. Will take the snap and hand it off. That one's in for the touchdown. Another one to the score for the Panthers. They make it up to a 42-8 ball game. It is a Panther touchdown. It looked like Hayden Milam was the man who ran it in, so it's the first score not given by Dylan Hensler. So he keeps his 300 and X yards of rushing into the end zone. And they're going to go for the 1 point this time. 2 minutes and 35 seconds left in this ball game. Here comes the point after. That one is up, and it is good! Panthers now lead 43-8 here in fashion. If I can do my math right, all but 8 points have been unanswered. So 35 points have been unanswered by the Panthers. And it is just being blown wide open as we look to rush things now. We're going to go into a break, but since special teams is lining up and the Cavaliers are taking the field for the return, we'll stay on air. So you get to see a little bit of what I do in between to reset everything. So 43-8 is the score. I'm just going to make sure my math is right because I doubt myself. 43-8, yep. 2:36 left in this ball game. Panthers have taken command here and have just ran with the momentum. So it'll be Aiden Stoner to send it away. And they're going to start the clock. As we get set and ready, here comes the kick. It sails to the 20, bounces at the 10, is fielded out of bounds by the receiver. He stepped right out of bounds at about the 6. The return man would have been Zane Queen, but he stepped out as he fielded the football. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers from their own own 6. So very pressing times for the Cavaliers, especially since they're down 35 in this ball game. Clock will start. Actually, since it's 35, the clock should be running no matter what. I mean, my math could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure 43 take 8 out is 35. But, oh well. Anyway, clock is running now. 2 minutes, 10 seconds and counting. The Cavaliers come back onto the field and will leave out of the huddle. They trail 35 to the Panthers. 43-8 is the score. And the snap comes in. It's a handoff in the backfield going up the middle. A little bit of a push. And they will gain about 5 or so on the carry. Oh, my apologies. It was a little less than 5, so about 3. So it's a 2nd down and 7 from about the 10. Or about the 11, rather. So it's probably on the 7, so 7 to 11. Well, no, then it would be 2nd and... Oh, well, it doesn't matter. 2nd down, and we'll say 7 from the 11. It's probably closer to the 8 then, if that was the case. But the lines are starting to turn invisible with the white light. Here comes the snap. It's a handoff going on the far side. And that'll be dropped dead right after going past the down mark. It'll be 3rd down and a little bit of an extra gain. 3rd down and roughly 5. As we've reached 1 minute of play. Inside a minute of play. 3rd down, 5. From the 14. And this student section is really getting into it. It's good to hear that because when I was here, they never got into it because, I mean, they really didn't have anything to cheer for. But 3rd down, 5 from the 14-yard line. Here comes the snap. It's a handoff up the middle coming on the near side, but he will be stuffed immediately. The defense coming, I believe it was Jose Arellano on the defense. Jose Arellano or Aiden Stoner on the defense. It was a 20. 4th down and about 3. And that will do it. The Panthers win it at home. Their home streak stays alive as they take down the Cavaliers of Kenston Forest. In shutout fashion, it's a 43-8 final score here from Panthers Stadium. Panthers take the dub here, and they go 2 for 2 on the season. Your final score here, 43-8. Panthers take the win, and we will take you to the end. This is the Mad Rapper Quarter coming high school football, and we'll see you for the next one.